Hi everyone, this is Richard. In this video, let's talk about typeof. We'll also talk about getType and is. So as we already know, C# is a very statically typed language, right? So typing, data typing is super important for this. And so that's what makes it such a safe language. In fact, it's so statically typed that we have a way of typing the types themselves, which I kind of find funny. But anyway, you know how we go string a equals, let's say, hello, right? So what we're saying is the variable a is of type string and has the value of hello, right? So what we're doing here is we're saying type, that's the actual type. And the variable equals the type of string itself, okay? So this is an instantiation of string. Type is an instantiation of the class of string itself. All right. So why would you want to do that? Well, I guess there's a couple of reasons. First of all, I'm going to say I'm still learning. I don't really know. But from what I understand, when you get the actual class type, you could get some information out of it. It doesn't make sense much with string, but if you make your new class, I could sort of think that, if you make your class and you have like thousands of classes and you have some subclasses from inheritance and stuff, you could get a little confused about what is what, right? And so you could kind of get confused. Wait, what type is this anyway? You can kind of figure that out. So we'll do an example. We'll just say class animal, class dog inherits from animal, and I'm just going to add some legs onto it. I don't even know why I did that. But I'm just going to say animal equals new animal, dog. So we'll instantiate each of them, right? And then we'll say type animal, type of animal. So again, it's going to be the type of this type, which is animal itself. And so we could do a few things. Sometimes, like I said, you may lose track of the variable and say, what type is this? And you could just say animal, the variable, get type. What will that give us? So that's going to give us animal, type capital animal, right? Dog.get type, it's going to be capital dog. And then there's an is. Is, it's kind of saying it belongs into the class, okay? So this belongs into the class of animal. Dog is dog, yes, and it's kind of like one of those checks. So every once in a while, if you write that, you can basically say, is this variable in the class dog? And that's what it's basically asking. I'm not sure if we're going to use this very much because when you instantiate dog, it's always going to be in the class dog. You could change the value of it or some of the properties of it, right? But at the same time, it's always going to be in that class because of static typing. So I'm not sure if this is absolutely necessary. I don't really know, okay? If dog is dog an animal? Well, according to inheritance, dog is animal, right? So according to the is statement, this is going to be true. So dog is animal, okay? Even though it's not exactly true, it's get type dog, but it still inherits from animal, so that will still be true. Why? That's just the way it is, okay? And then we could do other things with the type. We could say like animal.get type. So we're going to get the type, which is type animal, and we're going to say type animal, which is right here, which represents this class itself. All right. So this, let's see, this would say animal, capital dog, capital animal, capital dog, true, true, true. Okay, that's what it should say. Let's see what happens. Animal, dog, true, true, true. Okay. So that's what it's saying. I hope that's clear. So type of is not, I don't fully understand it because it's kind of advanced, but we will be using it in the near future. We don't have to know exactly what it does because we're probably not going to type it out too much, but at least we understand a little bit about it itself. Now, I'm going to comment this part out. And so what else can you do with type of? You can actually get some further metadata from the, let me pull this down here. You can actually get some further metadata from the class itself. Let's see here. So I'm going to say here, type of int. And so it's going to get the class int is going to be represented here. And then I'm going to print some things out. Int type.fullname, these are the properties of the int class, right? Namespace is primitive is value type. Okay, let's give that a try. And let's see what it says. Okay, full name of this class is system.int32. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Then it is namespace system, right? System.int32, namespace system is primitive true. What's primitive? Primitive types are just certain base function types in C sharp. And so that would be like int, double, bool, char or char, char, which represents all the letters. I think that's all of them. Okay, so those are the primitive types themselves. And is value type? So is value type? It has value from the very beginning itself. It contains some values again, like integers themselves, bool and stuff like that. Okay, fine. What about let's put some other value inside here. Let's get some more information from stuff. String. Let's try string and see what that says. System string. That's the name of it. The namespace is system. Is it primitive? False? Actually, this was news to me. I thought strings were primitives, but it's actually not. It's just it's char, char, or char. I guess character. It would be a string of those put together. Value type no, false. Okay, and let's put something else inside here just to kind of get an idea of what's going on with these classes, and then we'll be done with it. All right. So type animal. Full name, animal, that's all it really is. Namespace, it doesn't really have anything inside of here because it's just right here. There is no real namespace, not system even. False, primitive type. Oh, let's put in dog. What's that going to do? I think it's going to be the same thing, isn't it? Dog, namespace, false. Yeah, so that's basically what it is, all right? I hope that was clear about type of. We're not really using it that much, but just the concept of it is it grabs the type of the type. Oh, a couple of things to keep in mind. Type of, in the very beginning, when you instantiate it right inside of here, or actually you don't even instantiate, you just utilize it itself. This is what happens at compile time. So in other words, when you actually get this value itself and you compile it to the binary itself, what happens is this does get run and it gets read by the system. The get type is more of a runtime type of feature. Okay, so you don't use get type until you instantiate something, right? Until you instantiate a class, then you can use get type to it. So you have to run the program to begin with. Type of, since it accesses the class directly, you don't need to actually run the program. You just compile the program, and while you compile it, convert it into the binary itself. The type of actually activates. What's the practical difference for it? Well, a practical difference is you could catch some of these errors in compile time. Runtime, you don't always catch the errors, at least in theory, until you actually run it. Again, that's in theory, but C Sharp, the tools for it is so good that many times we do catch them ahead of time just because the tools help us out along the way. Okay? Thanks.